What's going on, YouTube? I have not been a great YouTuber lately. I need to step up my YouTube game. It's 2021. We're already a month in, and it's time to get back to work. So, just want to come on here and talk about some new updates for 2021 for NXGonzo video and some new stuff happening. And yeah, so we're going to go from there. Just gonna load this deal up right here. Super bright. So here we go. So, yep. What's up, Michael B? Yes, that's one thing I'm going to talk about here tonight. I'm super ready for race season. I got a lot of buddies that have already started racing, and some haven't stopped. Um, it's just been It's been crazy already. I'm pretty sure that I got a few buddies that haven't stopped at all, and they just keep traveling. A lot of guys like down in Bradenton this last weekend, they had a race, and it just hadn't stopped for a lot of people. Like more like South Texas, even North Texas. I mean, there really hasn't been much of a stop for anybody, and a couple of my buddies, they've been staying on the streets, hitting the streets every weekend, doing the no trailer races, and man, it just hadn't stopped. So I have kind of took a not I wouldn't say a break. I've still been involved in everything, but I haven't been posting as much new content as I'd like. Kind of been building my own projects through the downtime or winter time, and it's worked out pretty good for me. Kind of get a get away from it for a little bit. I don't want to I didn't want to get burned out, and that's kind of where I was headed. I wasn't as excited for it like I was at one time. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to do some projects of mine. I've got a few vehicles, so I was like, man, I really need to attend these things, and what's the use in having them if you're not going to use them? So I don't buy vehicles to just sit around. I buy vehicles to use and to have fun with. So that's was my intention, and I bought a little single cab truck here the other day, and you know I just wanted to get to that project and have some fun with it. So that's what we've been doing, and it's been going good. We put some wheels on a little 2006 Silverado, lowered it a little bit, exhaust. Probably gonna put a Texas Speed cam in it and a Hughes converter in it here probably in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, it should be a good time. And yeah, so like I said, I didn't want to get too burned out on it, and because I know if I started getting burned out on it, it would just reflect into what I was doing with the YouTube channel and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. So I wanted to pull back a little bit and go do some other projects, have some fun with it. I have a full work schedule between I work full time at a dealership. I work social media jobs for a couple different companies, and I also work at the drag strip here in Wichita Falls, Wichita Raceway Park. So between all those things, I get stretched pretty thin, and I basically just needed a break from doing one of those things. And this job or this passion of mine is my hobby slash passion. I mean, it definitely I love doing it, but it doesn't pay the bills per se. But I don't do it to because I need to pay the bill. Or I don't do this because I'm depending on this. I do it for fun. This is my fun. Go to races, go film, see a lot of my good friends, and I do this for fun, so to speak. So, but I also have some obligations that I make sure I hold to. So I'm not going to quit it. I'm not going to stop doing it. But I had to pull back for like a month or so just to kind of get my ducks in order, ducks in a row, and make sure that I'm 100% when I come out and do everything like I know it should be. I am the biggest critic to myself. I am so hard on myself about stuff like that, and I want to make sure it's as good as I can get. I don't want to just put out some clickbait junk, on YouTube. Some people do, and that's fine. I'm not hating on them, but everybody has their own thing. So I definitely have slacked on YouTube about getting content up, and I realize that, and it sucks to see it just kind of sit there idle. So yeah, let's see. Michael B asked, "Do we have anything big in the works for Wichita Raceway Park?" Yeah, we have some big things coming up. If you don't know what Wichita Raceway Park is, it's the local drag strip. It's an eighth mile drag strip here in Wichita Falls, where I live, and I'm a huge part of it. There's three partners in the drag strip. It's Keith, Chris, and myself. Chris owns it, and Keith is a big partner and backer in it. And I do the social media part of it, do announcing, just pretty much do whatever needs to be done, and that's what I do for that. And we are going to start a new season. I'm a huge advocate of keeping small tracks going. I love this little track that we have out here, and luckily Keith and Chris stepped up at the plate, and they've been knocking it out the park. And they invited me to join the group, and so I said about 2 or 3 years ago, I said yeah. So it's been a lot of fun so far. It's been a lot of frustration sometimes, just dealing with some people and just kind of just the growing pains of a small drag strip. And I'm a huge advocate on these smaller tracks. I love these small tracks. Big tracks are cool. They're badass. I love visiting them, but I don't know what it is. I just like the grassroots drag racing. That's me, and that's what I like. And big tracks are cool. Don't get me wrong. I love going down to Houston, going down to Ennis, going down to those big tracks. I mean, it's just it's overwhelming how big these tracks are, and I love to visit them. But my heart and soul is really at the small tracks, and seeing all the people, and it just, I don't know. It's just me. It's just what I like. But anyways, so yeah, so there's some big things coming up pretty soon. We've got a Texas Thaw race that's going to be at the beginning of March, or the beginning, the beginning of March. No, end of February. I think it's end of February. Anyways, it's coming up pretty soon, and it's going to be a good race. It's going to be a bunch of pre 73 vehicles, and so. But we have the Park After Dark 3 coming up. That's going to be April 10th here at Wichita Raceway Park. It's going to have Limpy is going to be flagging it. He's done it the last 2 years, done an awesome job. Richard Garcia with 660 Street is going to be in the house. He does a great job at covering it, and we're all kind of jointly promoting it. So if you guys have a chance, go mark that on your calendar, April 10th at Wichita Raceway Park. It's going to be a damn good show. Let's see here. Any big names? Yeah, they're going to be with. I don't like to drop names on these deals because you never know what's going to happen, and I don't want to say names, and if they don't show, disappoint anybody. But there's going to be some pretty awesome cars that show up. They always show up, and the first year I was super nervous. Last year I was super nervous. And this year I'll probably be the same, but we always put on a pretty decent show at that race. So I definitely recommend April 10th to be in Wichita Falls. It's always a good time, and it's something you don't want to miss. We've been able to put on some awesome races all last year in 2020 with all this pandemic stuff going on. Luckily, we've been able to keep the races going, and having not, knock on wood, got shut down or at all. So hopefully we stay like that and keep rocking and rolling. So yeah. So this next year or this season, it's gonna be wild. I've seen so many races already. I want to go to, and that's just at the track. There's a lot of street stuff going on that I want to check out, and it's just going to be nuts. I don't know what else to say about it. And I can't say too much about some of the races because you just got to know. You got to know what the deal is. You can't really talk about the race. I mean, you can talk about them, but it's just not everyone's going to be able to show to some of these races. So it's kind of an invite only deal. And I'm not trying to feel exclusive at all or try to do that. But some of these races, it's better not to have a lot of spectators there. It's definitely something that is better to just kind of watch on YouTube or whatnot. Too many people, too much attention. You get a lot of people out there at these races, and the cops show up. You got 300 spectators. I've seen it. I've been at some big cash day style events, and it gets crazy with all the cars, and it's absolutely insane. But anyways, back to it. We got two Jay Z. Yeah, what's up, man? What's going on? But one thing I want to talk about first, or one of the few things I want to talk about, I've kind of just been skipping around. I got some people on board with me this year that I didn't have last year, and I had some return from last year and the previous years, and I have to thank those guys for supporting me. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do at all without them. So first and foremost, Derek at 1320 Wheels. He has been super, super, super cool with me, and he's been supporting me from day one. So big shout out to Derek. And he's a return supporter from the last few years. He's been with the program, super chill guy. And Kara also works there. She's super easy to work with. So visit 1320wheels.com when you're looking for drag wheels, anything like that. And I got a few other sponsors that have come on board with me this year. And Baron Racing, he just joined up this last year. Super guy, super easy to deal with. John Gentry, BaronRacing.com, easy to deal with. And that's what I love to do is I'll only work with people that I like. I'm not gonna just say, oh man, this company's got okay product, and I want to just gobble up the profit. I don't want to do that. I want to work with people that I like, and I've usually worked with them in the past from other endeavors. So big shout out to Baron Racing. Also, Red Horse Performance. They're going to come back. They're going to be there for their second year with NXGonzo Video. And big shout out to Kevin over there. He's been super, super cool with me and super helpful with me. And Pete at Hughes, that's another badass sponsor. He's a very good guy, very knowledgeable, super great customer service, super easy to deal with. And then also we have got Allison from Dynacom. We've actually got one of those dynos, hub dynos that they sell, and we've had so much success with it. So much stuff you can do with it, adjustability wise. You can add load to it. You can subtract load to it. You can do so many things with it. It's insane. Keith owns the dyno, and man, him and Paul, the owner, they go back and forth all the time. They're very technical people, so we kind of give them crap about being nerds and everything. But in all honesty, they are super knowledgeable about these dinos, and they kind of go back and forth, and then we kind of have to give them some shit about it. So it's pretty fun. But yep, and then let's see, Texas Speed. The guys down at Texas Speed, I've been a big good friends with them for a long time, and they finally decided to join, and I'm super happy about that. And so we are. I'll be running some Texas Speed stuff here, and I've ran Texas Speed in the past, and they make great cams. They make good product anyways, and so it's just a no-brainer. So yeah, I got some awesome people that are on board, and I'm just trying to pull something up for you guys too here. But yeah, we it's going to be a good season. I'm excited about it. I don't know. It feels like it's been forever since I've been on YouTube, and actually it's been a long time since I've done a YouTube live video, and I feel like I've neglected YouTube a lot, and it's it's definitely a great a great platform, and it's been neglected by me too much compared to a lot of these platforms that are out right now, that have been out like Facebook and Instagram. They've really been, I don't know what how you could say nicely, they've been kind of polluted a little bit in in my opinion. They're not like they used to be. Like Facebook has always been a decent platform, but now Facebook is super riddled with ads. Everyone's talking about political things, which I have no problem with politics. I just don't choose to talk about them on Facebook because it's just like a dumpster fire. And so yeah, it's usually that or ads. Instagram's still pretty decent for now, but of course Facebook owns Instagram, so it's a little bit wonky there too. So I've seen a lot of people step up on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for a long time. I think my username has been around. I can't remember how many years. It's been a long time from my start date, and I need to get back to it. I need to get back to where I started way before I started on Instagram and Facebook. And luckily, I still have a couple subscribers left on here, and hopefully, you guys will enjoy the content I plan to put out for you guys. I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to be covering racing a lot, like I always do. But also, I'm going to start showing you guys a couple of my builds I have going on. I'm not going to try to bore you guys too much with them. I'm horrible at putting little videos together as far as build stuff goes. Like I've got a 1978 280Z in a over the winter time. We kind of took it apart and put it back together with some better different products. And I really tried to document it, and it was hard. Like it was not. I mean, it's super hard. Big respect to the guys that do it, but it was super hard to do and concentrate on what I was doing. I was back and forth, and I was just like, I'd start working on something, and then I'd be like, oh crap, I forgot to film any of that. I'd start with a good intro, and then just get busy with it with the whole project, and be like, oh shit, I did not record anything. This is awful. I completely failed at it. So I admit that I suck at doing those kind of vlogs. So I don't know how many you're gonna see from me, but I'll try to do as good as I can. Like I said, I'm not that great at it. It's something I need to work on personally, and so yeah. But I appreciate you guys for watching this, and like I said, I feel super bad about neglecting this platform over any platform. Everybody, I hopped on with YouTube, and I was working on YouTube stuff and Instagram stuff. I love those platforms in different ways, but YouTube is the one I started at a long time ago, and it helped NXGonzo video get its name out there. I got a lot of views a long time ago or a while ago on different videos, but hopefully I can get back the subscribers to watch that I have right now, and hopefully they enjoy the content. And I really appreciate everybody that likes and shares and comments and does anything that has to do with what I do. It means a lot. When I first started this, it was not, it was kind of like, no way this is going to work out. So I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully I can, at least do a little bit better job every time I get back to it, and make sure that everything works a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better and better myself. And hopefully you guys see that. And Ethan, I just saw your question. Am I going to be racing at all this year? Yes, I plan to. On the 280Z car that I have, it's a little turbo LS build, and so it should. I don't know what it's going to run, but I'm going to try to run some races. It's on a very small tire. It's on a 235 60/15. So, but the thing hooks incredibly, or it did before we started screwing with it. So, hopefully it'll work this year. And so, yeah, I will be doing some racing. Sometimes people come out to the drag strip, and I'll be racing, announcing, running the race at the same time, and usually talking crap to the competitor with the microphone in the car when I'm racing the competitors. So it's a lot of fun to kind of screw with people as far as that goes. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching this. I won't bore you anymore. I just wanted to come out there and say these things, and that way I have a benchmark, and I know, said, man, I said I was going to do this, so I need to do this. So this is me coming on here saying I'm going to be more active on YouTube, put out more content, put out as good as content as I can. And if I'm not putting out good content, you guys let me know and you guys check me and say, hey, man, what are you doing, bro? And I'll be like, hey, you're right. I need to get better. So, but I appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't subscribed already. Make sure to go over Facebook, hit the like button, Instagram, follow, add me on Snapchat if you Snapchat. My Snapchat's not NXGonzo video. It's actually DSM Gonzo. That's spelled DSMGONZO. That's my Snapchat. I talk to a lot of people on Snapchat just back and forth. And it's cool. It's another platform. I don't always get to the question or see everything right away, but I do get to it. So I appreciate you guys for watching this, and it means a lot. Thank you again for subscribing, and let's kick 2021's ass. It was last year sucked. Hopefully 2021's a lot better. And yeah, so let's do this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna get out of here.